Hi everyone, I'm Natalie from My Progression, and in this video I'm going to give you the do's and don'ts of social media. Everyone using the internet has a digital footprint, and as an educational professional and a role model for your students, you need to ensure that your footprint is appropriate and portrays you in the right way. This video will take you through why this is important and some tips on how to manage your accounts. Your social media could be the first impression you make to your employer, your colleagues, and the general public. With this in mind, there are some risks you need to be aware of. What you put out there on the internet is permanent. Once you put something out there, you can't take it back. Content uploaded to social media is not private, no matter your settings. You need to be aware that even sharing comments, memes, or photos with your friends on your personal social media pages, such as Facebook or Instagram, can still be found, even if you delete them. People may screenshot and share your content. For example, a teacher was fired over comments she made on Facebook referring to her students as germ bags and accused parents of being snobby. A parent saw these comments and reported her. She claimed she thought her posts were only visible to her friends. Or your friend could see a defamatory post you made and show her phone to their friend, who in turn tells a journalist, and bam, you're in the Daily Mail. Your posts on social media should not be treated as private, and anything you say that brings the school into disrepute can be used by your employer as a reason to fairly dismiss you. The school's code of conduct should make that ultimate accountability explicitly clear. The risk doesn't solely lie with your posts. People will build an image of you based on the type of content that you like. If I'm liking endless funny cat videos, reposting friends' memes, and commenting on the MasterChef fan page, you'd quickly build an image of who I am. Whereas if you've got someone liking endless posts about guns, violence, and explicit content, start to build a different picture. Ultimately, everything you do online will create your brand, and you need to think about what you want that brand to be. So what can you do? This really should go without saying. Don't be abusive, racist, homophobic, or just generally horrible online. If you have an opinion on something that may be divisive, think about whether posting it is the right thing to do. Be kind to other people. The first thing you should do with all of your social media accounts is set them to private. Doing this on Instagram is fairly straightforward. Open Instagram and go to your profile page. Select the 3 horizontal lines in the upper right corner of the screen to open the menu. Select Settings, and then from the Settings menu, select Privacy. Under Account Privacy, toggle the Private Account switch on. This means people will have to send you a request to follow you, and only people that you accept will be able to see your posts and your stories. To do this on Facebook, open the Account Settings, then follow the path Settings and Privacy to Settings to Privacy. Under your activity, find Who can see your future posts and select Edit. For maximum privacy, set it to Friends or Only Me. This will become the default setting for Facebook. However, every time you create a post, you can change this setting on an individual basis using the drop-down menu that shows who can see this post. Next, if you want to restrict what people can see on your profile, under Your Activity, find Who can see the people, pages, and lists you follow, and select Edit. Select Only Me if you want to limit access to this information for other people. Then, to help keep your profile hidden from your pupils, under How people can find and contact you, you can control who can find you using Facebook search as well as different search engines outside of Facebook. If you want to keep things private, set this entire section to Only Me. Your students are likely to be very tech savvy and they're nosy. They will try and find you on the internet. Many of them will try and befriend you online. This is an absolute no. You cannot accept a request from any student, parent, or any students you've recently taught. This should extend to sharing mobile phone numbers, which will prevent WhatsApp conversations with parents or pupils, or communicating by email with pupils. Here's a question for you. If one of your students sends you a direct or private message, should you respond? No. Not even to politely tell them they're not allowed to message you. Inform the DSO in your setting and they will deal with it. Online communication with pupils should only be done through a managed learning environment where all communications are transparent and can't be deleted. Anything else is unsafe. Often, educational professionals will change their name on Facebook to reduce the risk of detection by curious pupils. They may change the spelling of their surname or use their first and middle names. Got a fair few Claire Louises on my feed. It will make you much harder to find, but this doesn't mean that you can just post without thinking. Once you publish an embarrassing picture or derogatory status update, you are at the mercy of everyone who sees it. You should ensure you're using a strong password on all of your social media sites to prevent anyone hacking into your account. A strong password should include a combination of letters, numbers, and characters, should not be the same across multiple sites, and shouldn't contain any personal information. Different educational settings will have different rules on whether you can have your phone on you during working hours. For many schools and nurseries, this is just a big no due to safeguarding. If you are allowed your phone, taking pictures whilst on school grounds or any educational setting is not advised. You might be having a good hair day and want to snap a selfie on your lunch break, but what's in the background? There may be sensitive information or even a child that you didn't notice. Just don't do it. Also, when you post to social media, it's time-stamped. It won't look good to your employer or your colleagues if you're posting a Garfield meme on Monday at 10 a.m. If you're single and looking to mingle, you need to be very cautious with online dating. The kids in your setting may be accessing dating apps like Tinder or Grindr. With that in mind, you should never use location-based dating apps when on school premises or on the journey to and from school. When setting a profile for a dating app, you should assume that it could be accessed by your pupils, so you need to think about how you present yourself in your profile. If you've taken all precautions possible to protect your online identity, then hopefully you'll never experience any online harassment. However, should someone attempt to harass or intimidate you online, or you discover a website containing inaccurate, inappropriate, or defamatory material relating to you, or images of you which have been taken and are being used without your consent, you need to report it to a senior manager in your setting. And, depending on the level of abuse, potentially the police. If you want to go online and just do what you want without restrictions or consequences, then working in education may not be for you. Social media is a big part of modern life, but as someone working in education, you are a role model online and offline. There are steps you can take to protect yourself and your privacy so you can still enjoy your social media scrolling. Lock down your profiles and be aware of how something could look if the wrong person sees it. And before clicking post, think, is this okay? Be conscious of your digital footprint and the marks you're leaving behind, even if the post or comment is from years ago. If you have an old profile you no longer use, it might be worth deleting it for good, or you could end up with embarrassing MySpace pictures on your Google search. I've been Natalie from My Progression, and if you found this video on keeping yourself safe online helpful, then check out our other videos on working in education. And while you're there, like and subscribe to keep seeing more from My Progression. And let's keep your career in motion.